Hey everybody, welcome back to Defeating Hair Loss. My name is Steve. I got Bobby D back with me.
Back again.
Welcome back, Bobby.
Thanks for having me, Steve.
Bobby, we're gonna talk current events. We're gonna talk about New York Fashion Week. And
Love it.
who better to have some fashion conversation than with Bobby D and that hair, huh?
I try, man.
Good hair day, right?
That's a good hair day, yeah.
Excellent hair day. So before I kind of get into it, and this is one of our current event, videos that we talk about what's going on in the world of hair. Bobby, you're obviously a young guy. You've got a lot going on.
I try.
How tall are you?
6'4".
6 foot. 6. Oh my God.
Maybe it's the hair.
Stop
it.
it.
An extra
Well,
inch.
let's not stand up. I'm sitting on a few telephone books. So, share with, everybody, now that you got your hair back and you've had 2 procedures, you look fantastic. What's your fashion stuff? Are you into that? Obviously, you look good.
I mean, a little bit here and there. I'm other channel. I talked about, hair, how I style my hair, and I get that from Alex Costa. He's a big into the, what's trending and what's, up to date in the fashion industry. So I keep up every now and then, like jewelry. There's, a couple brands I like. So, I dabble.
Well, you look good.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
So
one of these years, gonna have to take a trip up to Fashion Week in New York. So I'm from the New York area. I grew up there. I actually grew up about 22 miles west of the Lincoln Tunnel, George Washington Bridge. They kind of come together, well, not really, but as they go toward Western Jersey. And, I actually worked in Manhattan and met the most awesome people in Chelsea, New York, which is kind of midtown, a little bit on the west side, Broadway, 6th Avenue. I was in the fitness industry, and I met the most beautiful people in the world, in my opinion. So this goes for men and women both. And these guys and these girls were in shape, and they were fashionistas. So the New York, every year, the whole world, as far as like Paris, Milan, Miami, LA, they have a week of fashion. You probably see this out there. If you don't, just go online and look at the New York Post. And you'll see New York Fashion Week, which was from February 9th to February 14th, Valentine's Day. And check out the beautiful people. And I love to do that. So I'm not really like a celebrity watcher. And you understand that you've got a combination of really good looking people that are obviously models, male and female. And then you've got a lot of very either wealthy and or famous people that are part of where you have to be, and that's New York Fashion Week in February every year. It's kind of in that same Chelsea area. And I really used to really love it. So I'm not a celebrity watcher, but I'm a celebrity hair watcher.
True that.
And in my opinion, and I might sound very biased, okay? The beautiful people, and please don't anybody out there that's bald or balding take this the wrong way, but I'm just talking from a sheer image and aesthetic standpoint. The beautiful people that we're seeing on these runways and watching these runways and at the parties and all that kind of stuff have the coolest hair. So isn't that what we're here for?
Yeah, right.
Just throwing out a couple since it's current events. This is, Michael B. Jordan. I wanted to bring that up because Apollo Creed died.
Oh man.
It's current event time, so we're talking about Apollo Creed, who was one of my favorites, a hero of mine, awesome actor, right? He was amazing, Apollo Creed. And then, his son, who never met his father in the movie Creed, Michael B. Jordan, who's one of the best looking guys in the history of the world. He's got really cool hair, right? So there's that. There's a guy.
And he's jacked.
And he's jacked. Oh my God. So, then there's Cody Simpson. And this is just me picking these guys out of these photos in the New York Post. I wasn't actually fortunate enough to be there this year. But Cody Simpson, I'm like, who's Cody Simpson? But he's got really cool hair. He's some Australian actor. He's supposed to be really good. And of course, he's a young guy like yourself. But his hair is really cool. So I'm like, let's talk about him. Alec Baldwin, he's always had good hair. The Baldwin brothers, he was there with his wife, Hilaria. And Alec Baldwin has always had amazing hair. It's almost combs it back, puts a little gel in it, just does this, does that. No matter what happens, looks really cool. So those are just 3 examples of who I noticed. But I'm talking about fashion, right? We're talking about what you talked about, We're talking about jewelry, body jewelry, piercings. We're talking about tattoos. We're talking about the coolest clothes. Although some of these things that they put on these runways are there to catch your attention, they look a little strange, but most of it is outrageously cool, but they never talk about the hair. they're in hair and makeup for hours and hours and hours, but they never talk about the hair, right? They don't. I mean, I've been to these things. I've sat in these runway areas down in Miami. I've never seen them talk about the hair. So here we are talking about the hair. And what I'm telling you is, I guess this is the punchline, none of these guys or girls are bald, meaning nobody has hair loss. And I don't know if you call that discrimination or not, but it's pretty wild. And when I was in LA, working in LA in the hair business, we used to have, you know, starving actors come in, amazing looking guys, these were mainly men, and they'd be like, I want a hairline. I'm like, you don't need a hairline. They're like, well, you know, I'm trying to get a Disney part and I'm 25 and I need to look 15. I'm like, whoa, like that's pushing
too
a little.
soon. Yeah.
But I mean, it was all about the hair, and it's so competitive that in these go-sees or when they're reading the, you know, the scripts or whatever they're doing out there to get these acting jobs and these gigs, they have to have it all going on. And at New York Fashion Week, from what I've seen and the people that are around it, had it all going on. I'm keeping an eye on their hair. I'm keeping an eye on your hair. I'm keeping an eye on your hair. Oh, by the way, I picked up a Guess graffiti shirt, t-shirt, you know.
Steve's got style too.
Am I a fashionista now?
Yeah.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know if I can compete with you. Anyway, I'm trying. So, hey, listen, this is just some current event stuff with hair. We're gonna have a lot more of this to talk about and what's going out in the world with hair. Don't forget to like and subscribe.